Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about what is new in this update, but before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is, of course, the freebie. So when we come to systems over here, get campaign items, receive item account, we actually get an apology for the seasonal weapon enhancement support campaign. This was kind of weird. There was a bug basically saying that you weren't able to get the extra augmentation success rate plus 10% on the seasonal weapons. And, you know, it just didn't. It was kind of weird that every other seasonal event had never had this problem, but this one suddenly it just breaks. But nevertheless, we get 20 star gems as well as 3 and augmentation success rate plus 10%. They really should have buffed that to 20% to be honest, but whatever, freebies, so we take it. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the login event. So when we come to systems over here and login bonus, you can see this is the regular login, but we also have the limited time login bonus over here with the Kenshin collaboration. So you can actually get all of these build parts for free simply by logging in every single day. Remember, you don't need to log in 7 consecutive days. You actually have a lot more time. You have all the way until next month. So you just need to log in a total of 7 days within the next month, and you will get all of these items over here, so super easy to do. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Kenshin style AC scratch, and it kind of messed up over here. Honestly, I mean, I love Kenshin, he's awesome and everything, but this scratch is kind of a pain in the butt because, first of all of the outfits over here are set wear. I understand it's probably because of licensing agreement or something, you know, maybe they didn't want people to make like Gora Kenshin or something. That would be funny, but maybe the creators of Kenshin or the publishers didn't want like super buff Kenshin for whatever reason. So that is a bit unfortunate that all of this is set wear. But what pisses me off the most is actually the fake Sakabato over here. It's not even a weapon camo. Like the quote unquote fake part is because it's actually an accessory. So you can't even get this weapon camo unless you get the scratch count bonus. And what really tilted me is the scratch count bonus. It requires you to scratch 40 times short, not a big deal. What is a big deal is not tradable in personal shop. This part tilts me off the face of the earth because, listen, some people really want the Sakabato, but they're free to play. They have the Meseta. They're willing to splurge the 20-30 million Meseta for the Sakabato. They just don't want to spend real money and scratch 40 times. And I'm sure there's plenty of people who scratched 40 times and they're like, yo, I'm more than happy to take your 30-40 million for this Sakabato because I don't care. I don't use a katana, for example. And it's, yeah, why? Why, SEGA? Why did you make this not tradable? Like, I understand with certain emotes and dashes, you might lock it behind a scratch count bonus. For example, like my idol emote over here, because I want my katana red aura, so I scratched all the way to the bonus in order to get this idol emote with that little aura. However, the free-to-play players still had an option to get this exact idol without the red aura. So, you know, that was a step in the right direction. That was good. You gave people choices. Like, if you want the really cool looking emote, you needed to scratch. You know, it just made sense. But with the Kenshin collab, it's like, if you want the Sakabato as a weapon camo, GG. There's no way you can get it because it's locked behind a scratch count bonus. But that's not really the problem that I have with it. The problem I have is it is not tradable in the personal shop. This part really tilts me off the face of the earth. I really wished that they would just revert this and just make this tradable. You know, people are willing to sell it for absurd amount of money, and people with absurd amount of money are willing to buy it. I mean, what they could have done, right, is they could have made the Sakabato over here in the scratch count bonus have a nice little effect. Whenever you attack, there was a color variant, or there was a glitter effect, or there was some sort of cool effect to the sword, so that people would be incentivized to get the sword. And then for the fake Sakabato, just make it a basic weapon camo where it just looks like a katana. Another thing they could have done that's even easier is with the fake Sakabato, you don't unsheath the sword. You just swing around the sheath and you beat people up with the sheath. Versus with the actual Sakabato, you actually pull out the blade itself. Like, something as simple as that would be fine as well. I'm just really upset that you can't actually get this weapon camo unless you spend money. And it's not even tradable. So, I love this collaboration, but the way that SEGA handled it just kind of shows its greed. Like, you know, it has been shifting slowly but surely towards a more greedy business model, and I don't really blame SEGA for that because, you know, they want money. It makes sense that they want money, but I don't think this is the way. I think you need to appease to both player bases, you need to appease to the whales, you need to appease to the free-to-play, and locking this behind a non-tradable just doesn't make sense. Like, imagine if the Sakabato was going for 40 million and people were buying it. I'm sure plenty of whales would be like, alright, I'm gonna scratch 40 times because I'm gonna make so much more Meseta, sell it for 40 million, cash out, and I'm good to go. And so people will spend money in order to make money in game, you know? It's like a positive cycle. So, I don't understand this. I really don't understand this. Like, you know, either way, this was really disappointing. This was such a downer for me. I was just kind of like super deflated after seeing that. But other than that, there are some really nice items over here. The idol over here is pretty cool. I do like this idol, you know. You're ready for your one-hit KOs ability. The dash looks really cool as well. I really like the dash. However, I have the samurai dash already, so I don't really need this one. But the move is really janky. This over here looks super janky, but it does have a lot of troll potential, so I guess that is pretty good. Another thing is the prices for everything in this scratch right now is absolutely ludicrous. So, you know, I would recommend people to just kind of wait for the weekend, wait for more people to scratch, and then hopefully the prices will go down to a slightly more reasonable level, because right now these prices are absolutely insane. Like, if we look at Kenshin's hair over here, they're like 16 million. This is a type 1. I'm so surprised. And like the type 2 over here, you know, it's 14 million, 50 million. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Even the freaking Sakabato is going for 2 million, and this is just an accessory. You can't even use it as a weapon camo. So and of course the one that I want, the stamp of the Oro is freaking 7.5 million. I should have bought this when it first came out. It was literally going for $1 million on the market, and I was like, oh, I'll wait until it gets cheaper, and now I regret it because it's 7.5 million. So I guess I'll just have to wait for the weekend for more people to scratch, and hopefully the prices will go down because I do want this Oro. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is of course the SG support item select April 2024. The first thing we need to look at is of course the scratch count bonus, because there are a ton of goodies over here. First of all, it's of course scratch 50 times. You get the preset skill enhance rate plus 100%. So this is the Fixa enhance rate. It gives guaranteed increase your Fixa. So let's say that I want to get my Fixa 4 to a Fixa 5. I just pop one of these and boom, it's guaranteed to give me a Fixa 5, which is pretty nice. You have the End Augmentation Item Protects. I've been hoarding the living daylights out of this from the treasure shop, but you know, you can get some here if you want. However, the big money item is going to be at 95 times, where you get the preset skill enhanced material not required. They actually renamed this to make it a little bit more literal so people would understand what it does. But yeah, basically, let's say that you get your 11-star weapon drop in 2 weeks, and you're like, wow, I want to put a Fixa on it. Normally, you would need another 11-star rarity weapon in order to get the Fixa. Editor Care over here, I just wanted to mention about the add preset skills level 1. So you would use this item in order to get the Fixa level 1 onto your 11-star weapon, and then you would use the material replacement thing in order to try to get it to Fixa level 2, or you can save it until to get it to Fixa level 5, so forth and so on. I just didn't mention this in the video, which is why I'm slipping this in right before I talk about my example. But if you get the preset skill enhanced material not required, well, you don't need the material. You don't need another 11-star weapon, and you'll be able to immediately just put a Fixa onto it. Now, do keep in mind that this material does not increase your success rate. So if you use this material, you're still going to need to use a preset skill enhancement success rate plus 100% or plus whatever percent, and still use that as well on top of the material. Now, as for the actual items in the SG support scratch over here, there is the preset skill enhanced success rate plus 40%. That's the big money item, as well as the preset skill item protection level 4, which is also really good. Now, these two are incredibly rare. They're 0.5% drop rate, And then we do have all of the S capsules, so Gigas Maste S, Gladiosol S, High L Domina S. I think like Gladiosol as well as High L Domina S are the ones that you probably want. Gigas Maste, you know, we have Glad Gigas Maste, which is significantly better, so most people probably don't want this anyway. Keep in mind that these S capsules are not tradable, all right? You are not able to sell these on the personal shop, as it states right here, not tradable in personal shop. And that also includes all of your protections as well as your enhancement success rates for your fixes also. So yeah, it is a little bit unfortunate. Basically, you want anything in the top half over here, and you don't want anything in the bottom half over here. But the bottom half, you know, these are 4% drop rates. Luckily, these are like 20% drop rates. So, you know, if you are trying to get a level 2 fixa, level 3 fixa, it won't be too difficult because you'll get a bunch of these from just scratching. But just understand that it is a little bit expensive. It's 50 SG per scratch, so 500 SG for 10 pulls. And if you want like the guaranteed rewards over here, so like the augmentation, well, not really the augmentation success rate, and people, you know, this is nice to have obviously, and you only need to scratch 10 times to get this, so that is quite a good deal. But you know, most people are probably going to be going for the 100% over here, so that's 50 times as well as 90 times. So you know, you are going to need to scratch quite a bit. I think I'm probably going to scratch 95 times to get this, or maybe just go straight up to 100 times, because I am planning to go all out with my next armor and next weapon upgrades. So I will be attempting to get all the way to Fixa 5, probably Fatale, and then you know, fully maxing out my armors as well. So I will need a bunch of these augment item protections, even though I do have a lot of these. Now don't freak out, I know a lot of people are going to be like, WTF, but I have 52 and augment item protections because I've literally just been buying these in the treasure shop every single day. So when you go to the treasure shop in the SG one, you can refresh this every single day, and there is a chance of the end augment protection to pop up over here, and you're able to buy it with star gems. And that's what I've been doing for the past year, and that's why I have so many of them. But I'm going to be using all of these to gamble on my Gland Gigas Mastes and all of the really expensive capsules in order to try to get it to stick on the new armors and new weapons that I get in the future. Because once those new 9-star rarity armors drop, probably in like 2 months, I am going to be going all out and maxing those out in order to get as much potency as I can. I'm aiming for like minimum 200% potency, so yeah, it's going to be very expensive. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, seasonal points. This is the last week of the seasonal event, so make sure to farm up as many seasonal points as you can, because you do want to buy out the shop. As we can come over here to exchange seasonal points, scroll to the very bottom, you can see that I've bought out all of the essentials, basically. So there are a ton of items you can buy over here. I do believe you need like 2 million points to buy out all the essentials, or at least the items that I bought. So I do recommend people to start farming up as many seasonal points. Remember, the seasonal lady doesn't go away until the week after, so you still have plenty of time before she goes away. Like if we talk to her over here, you can see she doesn't go away until April 17th. However, after the coming maintenance on April 10th, you will no longer be able to farm seasonal points. Now, while we're on the topic of seasonal points, our limited time quest has a ton of campaign boosts over here. As you can see, there is the EXP earn plus 50%, the rare drop rate plus 250%, as well as the fixer drop rate plus 150%. Now, do keep in mind, this is because PSO2 day buffs are still active. They did extend it and make it a day longer than normal. I don't really know why they made it a day longer, but they did, so I'll take it. But by the time this video goes out, you will no longer get the 50% EXP earned. Your rare drop rate is going to be 150% instead of 250, and the fixer drop rate is still going to be 150%. So you can definitely find the limited time quest over and over and over, because remember, you get 30,000 seasonal points every single run. It doesn't take very long, and there's also a chance of getting all these nice goodies, including the add preset skill level 1. I've actually gotten a lot of these recently, free. So that is pretty nice. You're also going to get the Spring 2024 special scratch tickets as well as the vouchers, which can be converted into star gems. So that is very nice. A bunch of LC capsules. Now, speaking about the Spring 2024 special scratch tickets, you are guaranteed one ticket every single day through a daily. So literally just do it, because by clearing the limited time quest once every single day, you also get the reward box medals. So the reward box medal will be ending with this coming maintenance. So you do want to make sure that you actually use all of your medals before it ends. I actually need to check how many medals I have. As you can see here, I have exactly 40 reward medals, which is perfect because you know, that means that I can get all of the rewards over here. I have 40 pulls and it requires 40 pulls to get all of the items right here. So that is going to be really awesome. I'm going to be able to obtain everything. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.